Well, hello there. This is Mephisit, back at it with Pyre. This will be episode 5 of our series, and you may be happy to learn that I've lowered the music volume. Awesome as it might be, it was kind of... I was struggling against the music, get hurt, so now it's lower. Which hopefully is going to be much better now, in spite of the fact that, you know, all the awesome music will be less hearable. I did want to mention that Pyre, having thought about it a bit, has one side which makes it a bit weaker than, say, Bastion and Transistor. It's tutorialization. There are several mechanics and techniques which the game tried to tell me, but because it's so hectic and fast-paced, and it's trying to tell you stuff by just popping it up in the top left or was it top right corner and telling you, it just doesn't work too well. If you think, for example, about the power attack when Gay was defending, and there were some new moves to learn, but it didn't quite work because everything was happening so fast and the moves weren't told to you in plain text but just appeared in the top left, you know, up here-ish, as a hey, do this, and you're going to achieve that. I'm not saying it's a wiki game, I'm just saying that tutorialization could have been a bit better, if I have to mention one niggle which I currently have with Pyre. Anyways, you're probably here to see gameplay, not necessarily even see me play, but just see gameplay. On we go. Hey, what's that you got? Oh yeah, Jumper's Funk. We've seen this, it's special for Rookie. We shall accept the reward for Rookie, and this is where we cut off last time. We have Titsu's Nest. Those spider webs are really inconsistent. Sometimes they stay around, sometimes they just go away. Funny how you can always speak with Sandra, but not with everyone else. Everyone else is going around, Sandra is always here. Also, all the magic items shake, I think. Those which are not magic don't shake. Okay. Let us go on. I don't think that there's anything else which I can do here. Everyone's feeling rather miserable. Just being in flying heads eats away on one's spirit. Only Titsu seems unaffected. Yeah, the swamp. -1 hope for the next ride. A moment, reader. There are several courses we may take through flagging hands. If you choose to prolong your stay, it may be worth your while. However, your companion's spirit shall likely suffer more. So south, east, Whittle Plains. You can improve a talisman if you take a job here. Middle, cut straight to the pit of Mility. Minimalize the walls of hope. Cold Moat. Mass Grave. What if you take a job here? I don't know. I mean, do I need a new item? No. Do I need to improve an item? Strictly speaking, no. Is Walls of Hope really that relevant? I don't think so, so let's go to Fallowfield. Bleakness and Decay. Despair encroaching on the minds of Archopaths. Titsu is unaffected. -1 hope, though only for the next ride. So we accompany the one minstrel in pursuit of what we came to find. The bog dwellers of flagging hands are some of the only creatures that can stand it here. Even they, just barely. This particular region is the agricultural heart of the area. As you can see, there is little left to harvest. Perhaps though, you can help them plant a stronger crop. Really? Me? He leads us to a sad little patch of mud. They lean down and speak to the earth.
Triumvirate.
Hey, old bog dweller. I have brought to your reader. Please tell him what you need. Ooh. This thing shambles hard. It points you to a collection of foul seeds and simple garden tools. It will look familiar to you, and to your surprise the soil is rich and fertile. Grass and other crops could grow. So why are they not growing? Simple enough. Almost a relief from all your travels, all our travels. It's a modest effort on our part. The bog dweller, though, seems elated. As much can be said of such a creature. It insists on paying for our assistance. Dash of stardust. This one is with post 2, not even post 1. This is probably worth it. This was probably worth it, sorry. That looked perilous, just jumping over a bog. Even worse than before. Desire to leave this place as soon as possible. Prepare for the ride anyway. The Empire's co-ops, it's an interesting page. Let's go through a sword market first. Oh hey guys, you know, this place is a lot of folks but not a lot of customers, know what I mean, so have a look around. We can sell this, but let's not. So, Stardust? Yep. Proceed, buy it. Scribe Rock, post to presence, post to hope. Simple buffs. Post to presence may be very relevant, post to hope. Lunar Glass is what I'm building up to. You guys take care, okay, and thanks for doing business. Okay, let's go to the Black Wagon. Judaro will speak. You send Judaro still gaze well before you turn to her. Reader, rummaging about the wagon once again. Tell me something now that you're here. Look at me. Are you afraid of me? You have never met someone like her before, but do know something of what happens to those who remain in the downside for many years. Interesting, so that's an effect of long time spent in here? Why though, and what about maintaining this place's population? Are exiles capable of having children, or are all of their children demonic entities like her? Do you fear her? She can be a bit intense. No, not really. Like, having spent time around her, she's threatening, and if I'm an enemy of hers then that would be a problem, but she's not. No need to feel afraid of her or say nothing. Let's deny feeling it. Like, I think that either of those three options is not good, isn't that good. Like, she can be a bit intense. This would probably have this would be a morale debuff, probably hope. Saying nothing, maybe a morale debuff as well, so let's deny feeling. You do not fear her, and on the contrary feel safer in her presence. Truly. In that case I have much work left to do. You shall fear me yet, if you survive this place. Now then, I shall go make my rounds. The woman shakes with her step. She gains hope though, even though she's like, you should fear me. And then she gains hope. Headwinds preparing the ground. Deep in thought, taking stock of the books for Titsum. Let's look at the Book of Rites. So the Empire's collapse. It was not long before the Empire began to crumble. With my liege gone, his own country quickly turned upon itself. I must admit that this collapse had started long before the Emperor's disappearance. His decision to give chase after meat but hastened the inevitable. All the while the rogue coward stood by, awaiting such time as he could rule in my liege's stead. He would be our people's savior. His first charge was to organize a search for the missing Solem Mur. Warriors, pathfinders and scholars heard the call and prepared to seek him out. So, two birds stoned at once. He's getting rid of people who may be loyal to Solem Mur, and he's also furthering his agenda by appearing, you know, devoted to the Emperor. Let's buff up some talismans. You know which talisman I'm going to buff. Yep, to this many times for right plus massive bonuses. He's a bit down, so we're going to be using Rookie and Headwind if possible. And probably Gay as well. So out of those, Headwind is the most damaging one. Rookie has this with the aura, it lingers longer, but I wouldn't say that he's exactly a caster. But I don't know, let's try it out. And she has that for plus 2 quickness, which is totally fine. What was his ability? Jumping twice, and he was regenerating stamina twice as quickly as usual. Let's see if I will actually get to play with them though. Commence the rite. We wonder if the stars above will even be visible through the dense fog hanging over the pit of Military. Then? So, the pit of Military anyways is the fetid den in which the witch Military sealed the physical form of Islach Astroborn. Teacher is concerned, very much concerned. He disappears in a hurry. Oh, is Teacher alright? He was so frightened. He was not frightened. He was issuing a warning. Silence. Everyone, take cover. Anyway, Silenta or something is silence. Judera makes quick note of several hiding places among the nearby crags and rotted husks. You wait. Something about the place dampens your senses. All you feel is a creeping dread. Then from the shadows a writhing shape slides forward, its hulking form draped in raiments. The shape stops. Slowly, its head turns from one of you to the next, each in turn. Let's see. Wise of it to heal ourselves from us lightnings. Trespass on the resting place of the astral born. We shall see when the stars muster the courage to illuminate this place. The creature vanishes into the dark. It's not as slithering and snaky as what I've just given in terms of voice, but you know, after a time your companions reconvene. If it's a raven, better be black. You know, I'm not capable of doing that many voices which sound kinda normal. That was a bog form. So serpentine creatures native to the Commonwealth Southern Bogs, widely feared. Formerly part of the Commonwealth, they tend to keep to themselves. Indeed. That was Witch Udimilde of the Withdrawn. So she's Nation Witch with an unhealthy obsession for Isla. The Withdrawn is a triumvirate of bow dwellers, compelled by sinister forces rather than freedom. Kichu does not like her. Although the rites dedicate she cannot harm you bodily, with her best not take unnecessary chances. We'll take what chances we can get in all of this. Everyone, it's time. Okay, it's time to game. Oh, I've turned on subtitles as well, so the videos will be a bit better hopefully.
Why, you made it, reader. Made it all the way to the detestable pit of Melith. In doing so, of course, you have disturbed your ancient adversaries, the Withdrawn. The deranged witch who leads them has big plans in store, should she prevail in all this.
They disturbed us more than we
them.
them.
I normally would wish you a shameful defeat. But in this case, I wish you a little bit of luck.
The crown Udmilde sees your companions gathered by their pyre. Little flame as that shall never warm me here, much less survive the night. Hear us, Islah. Make the night winds suffer. Rookie trots forward from your ranks. Listen here, Jarlback. You don't scare any of us one bit. You are your buddy Islah. Now we doing this or what? And the question hangs in the air for longer than it is comfortable. It does seem to have drawn Udmilde's attention, however. He begins to squirm a bit. Then she moves her slender fingers to her mask. Foolish. Islah shall grow, Islah shall grow, Islah shall grow. Not very pretty. Shilkasemye. Ere your little flame has died. That we shall ensure. She slides off towards her followers. Rookie remains motionless for them. Whoops, indeed. I don't think that you made any difference. Like Rookie,
Edwin,
or everything didn't make any difference here.
Rookie. Yay! The choice is cast.
So Islah was not one of the scribes. The scribes cast down Islah. Also, her aura is odd looking. Let's see about that devouring us.
Begin. Gracious.
There. Okay, her aura lingers a bit. Nope. There we go. So my point here is kind of to aim to farm some money. Good jump. Nope. No.
Edwin is back.
Okay.
Unfortunate for the Withdrawn.
And there.
Flung the orb into the flame.
Okay, let's play some headwind then.
Didn't see it coming.
Okay, oh, right. Oh, no.
None left unscathed.
No. There. There. There, we're still getting money, so I'm going to keep doing this. You know. I mean, maybe somewhat dubious for a tactic, but you know.
Poor Ruby.
Okay. Simple. There.
Gay did it.
There. Nope.
To each his own.
No.
Beneath contempt.
Okay.
Now there's a proper dancing.
There is. Bounty maxed out.
Banished.
Okay. No.
Burning flame to ash.
God damn it. I mean,
The Nightwing seem to be falling behind.
there.
Engulfed within the order.
And there.
Oh,
Easy enough.
the
Once we've
Nightwing
stopped,
shall prevail at this rate.
once we've stopped fooling around, we should be capable of winning. I don't like her.
Farewell for now, witch.
Oh, okay. There.
The orb flies true.
Yes, the lifeblood of Islach, it flows within this lair and beneath this world. His lifeblood it shall engulf ye in such blackness and despair. What now? All the pools.
The witch invokes a profane name I shan't repeat. Best beware of foul sorceries.
No, 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 no. There we go. There. No.
Too bad
Good.
for that one.
Good job. Oh no, 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 no. There.
Gay threw it in.
So, a score with anyone now
End the
should
ceremony.
work. There.
And it is done.
I don't know if you can...
The Nightwings once again prevail. Their pyre burns, whilst that of their adversaries is but ash.
I didn't know that you could hold W to charge
The
up the jump.
rite is done.
Nice work, everyone. Never thought I'd have to stand against the Bog Dweller. See, the Bog Dwellers, they're just a bunch of hissy talk. The scribes, they vanquished Lisla, just as we prevailed tonight. She doesn't like that. Isla, we fell thee, and the deed shall be repaid in blood. Hopefully you mean self-flagellation, and not killing us. As for the fools, you shall be consumed, and everything around ye from soil to the stars, ye shall see.
Boundless are the teachings of the scribes. Witness the rites firsthand and be inspired.
And she'll probably, yes, level up.
Something's awakened in the moon-touched girl.
Ah, the scribes, they whisper to me they do, from time to time. And her rank, choose a mastery. So... So... Kael'mar Rope Keller. Interesting choice. Kael'mar was not a scribe, I think. I don't think, anyways. Known to predict or outsmart Kael'mar Rope Keller. Chief 8 of the Emperor of Zar. Those are tricks, deafness and trickery. All Grand Traitor's leanings. The Rope Keller was an idiosyncratic man whose interests he kept to himself. So... brief charge of time, so she can charge her attack faster. Kael'mar Rope Keller learned to control his impulses, knowing it was necessary to his plans. She can fling the orb faster and farther than usual. Kael'mar practiced throwing stones for the distant targets, then at moving ones as well. So she can salute her adversaries, and she can automatically leap towards the orb if no one has it. Whenever an opportunity arose from the Empire to gain in riches, the Rope Keller seized upon it quickly. Dark Vigor. She can sprint and jump without you, that's huge when grasping the orb. Fear not, for I shall find our liege and return him safely, and your as well. Kael'mar Rope Keller. That's amazing. Like, sprinting and jumping without... I feel like she'll betray us just because of who her patron scribe is. But, you know, it's an amazing ability. So, heightened reflexes. Brief charge of time before jumps or sprints is virtually eliminated, so she can sprint and jump faster. Enemies of the Empire followed armies at their footstep before they realized what was even happening. Jumps and power jumps farther than usual. By the time Kael'mar Rope Keller betrayed his liege, he had multiple escape plans and contingencies in place. So she can slow her adversaries. How much? The Rope Keller was ever elusive, and attempts to subdue him physically all failed. If Gay is banished while jumping, she shall instantly return at the origin of her jump. We shall conquer that river and much more, my lord. Kael'mar Rope Keller's last words to Solemn Mother. This one can be used strategically, I think, but I'm yet to see exactly how. I mean, I guess it can be used to quickly destroy an opponent who has just beaten you, but Webbed Feet is very good. Maybe... unfortunately you only gain 5 level ups, so we can't combo it with Dark Vigor. So maybe we can. Either way, I want to get Dark Vigor first, it's very, very, very useful. Let's go for Snow
A
Test.
devious trick from the Rope Keller.
Yes, and he doesn't level up.
Until the next rite.
Yes, until the next rite, indeed. It's been going good, actually. Having thwarted the withdrawn in a solid performance, you and the others have some moments to recover from the ordeal in the relative safety of the Black Wagon. So, what can we get out of here? What, Greentail? Had enough of Nilde's hospitality for the time? Oh, Jody, yeah, thanks, I'm good. The reader and the stars will point the way as ever. It's just... so far, we've kept on going north. If that's the case again this time... The Sea of Solace spreads north and west from here, for untold leagues. I could not tell you when last a vessel dared to sail those waters. The Sea of Solace. The Drowned Sea. An impossible volcanic expanse pockmarked by cruel little... islets? Islets, I guess. Small islands. Ticho asserts himself during the conversation. What's the matter, little one? Yep, come look at something. Probably the stars. Reader, please go see what he wants. You excuse yourself and follow the imp to the dark night. We find Gay and the lone minstrel already gazing up at the stars. Appropriate color scheme, they match. Can you not read the stars yourself then, Mr. Minstrel?
Una furtadira.
I fear it is not so simple as mothers of can or cannot when it comes to me, Gay. We shall see what the reader has to say, for this is his charge. And here he is, in fact. Thank you for fetching him, Titsu. Happy to have obliged.
Satraverunta.
Reader, it would seem the skies have cleared to some extent. Please look upon the stars and see where they compel us to go next. Probably not north. Though maybe. The Bog Star, the Dusk Star, the South Star. Right? No, not west. Okay. That's Arcade, the Sandrunner. This one? No, this is the Bog Star, and this is interesting. I don't see anything new. Oh, there we go. Ores, the Azure Star. It burns bright over the ruins of a lost frigate in the Sea of Solace. A lost over the ruins? Are we not talking about a shipwreck then, rather than ruins? Also, can a black wagon sail towards the middle of the Sea of Solace? That's not good. You're joking, right, chum? Does the reader seem joking type to you, Greentail? We do not argue with the stars. You talk like we can just go right out into the water? Pardon my interruption, though perhaps we can. What? My client, Sandalwood. He has a way of anticipating such eventualities. So, it's a client then. It's not master, it's not a partner, it's a client. West of here lies a place called Big Birch Woods. The proprietor is an old companion of his. She may be able to assist. A small bog dweller's outpost at the edge of the sea. All sorts of contraband used to come through here. Some of it fatal if touched or inhaled. So small bog dweller, Big Birch Wood. Headwind smiles. That sounds like our best shot right now. Let's pack it up and move as soon as possible. Let's talk. With the minstrel. He says something on his mind. Greetings, reader. It is good that you are here, for there is something that I wish to tell you, privately. Do you have a moment? I shall not keep you long, though I know your time is precious. Tell me something about the rites? Interesting, let's hear him out. Now you bid him continue to make clear your interest in whatever he has to say. Very well, and thank you for your time, and I should further note. Matters that pertain directly to the rites I must reveal to you alone, for thus I am obliged. In any case, when you confronted the withdrawn and witch Udmilde, you might recall she tended to invoke a certain name. Isla the Astroborn. I hesitate to say it even now. You would be forgiven if you took the ravings of Udmilde for mere nonsense. However, her words, as it turns out, ring with a certain truth. Before the union of the 8 scribes, when first they formed themselves here in the downsides, this land was even less hospitable, if that can be believed. It was ruled over by the greater titans. This one, called Islach, was the oldest and most fearsome of the lot. The greater titans, colossal monsters, they got slayed one by one, and this forged the bonds between the scribes. Even in death, the Astroborn yet feeds upon our world, unsated by its own, the scribe Wusquarian. Just the same, the scribes managed to defeat it. they later used Islach's own hidden ichor to bind the Book of Rites. Also, that's why it's... Huh. However, Islach did not truly die, for by some accounts it seems to be incapable of death. The creature is regenerating even now, though very, very slowly. It vows to devour this land and everything in it. Only then can it return to whatever plane that banished it to ours.
Codename Benictus.
So, in a way, it is in exile, just like you. If ever should the creature be reborn, it shall be many ages hence. Thus, the ravings of Milde are more or less inconsequential, for the while. Yet the history of Islach is inexorably linked to the rites, and therefore must be known. I trust your research of the book shall lead you to discover more in time. I hope all this is some reassurance. And now I leave you to more immediate concerns. I should go check to see how everyone is faring at this time. He heads out into the evening, bidding you a good rest for the evening. I wonder if winning at one of the trial practice... No, it's not trial. One of the practice matches gives you anything. Let's see. So, what's on her mind? Are you swashing all the way across the flagging hands right now? A hideous place, as I understand, for I can neither see it nor experience its wondrous aroma as you surely can, although perhaps you're accustomed to it now. The night winds of the past mislike the place, of that I can assure you. We share a common misery, now please leave me to mine unless there is a service you require me to render at this time. Yeah, let's see how the practice rite works. No strings training competitions, way to practice, without all the pressure. Certainly, reader, this is why I'm here. See you in that blasted book in just a moment. My beyonders shall be waiting. Let's see. I mean, I'm mostly interested in if I can gain anything. I don't have any strategy which you need to perfect. This place. So, we're back. Look there. Our host approaches. Sandra Pearson looks upon the fellow exiles. Welcome to the practice rites. Thanks, great to be back. Love the decor, honest. Salanska. You're fortunate your reader summoned you again. We could use a little discipline. Now come forth and let us see how capable you are. No enlightenment, you may train here as much as you wish or press escape to return to the wagon at any time. Return to the wagon, proceed. Yep. No enlightenment, and I haven't heard anything about any other gifts, so maybe I should check online if it's worth trying it. Things stood still as we experienced the vision. Interesting. So, let's go visit probably the new party member, and then we'll wrap up this episode. Yep. The one minstrel knows her and she can help us. I think it's a she. This is the place. Let us go see my client's companion as soon as you're ready. Any chat offer? No. Seek her. Anyways, actually, no, Hedwin is just having a quick meal. I kind of like the only thing which I asked Hedwin was about me being part of the rites, and he hasn't answered, and he did answer, but you know, ever since I haven't had the chance to ask him anything else. So, friend of the one minstrel. Yep. Big Virtues is a secret gathering of both dwellers who stay within shadows, yet you can feel their eyes surveying everything. The lone minstrel steps forward. Yep. against Dawood sent us. The boat dwellers snap to attention. They emerge from the mud and dark and begin inspecting your black wagon with their strange tools. One of the boat dwellers slithers forth. She's larger than the rest, and no doubt that she commands the others. Those speakers, the name Sandalwood. We would know his whereabouts. Reveal them to us.
Gratum sare.
Good day to you, Big Bertrude. It is a pleasure to meet you at last, for Sandalwood always spoke highly of you and your handiwork. A boat dweller once feared and respected in the Commonwealth for her sorceress work. So... He did he? In turn, we know who thou must be. Yet thou speakst of the past. Sandalwood, doth he yet live? Speak plain and quickly.
Cogna benedictus.
To be quite frank with you, man, I don't know for certain, for I have been apart from him for some time carrying out his will. Now I have every faith that AI Sandalwood lives. As for his current whereabouts, I understand that he awaits us somewhere near Waking Road, beyond the waters. On the western half of Black Basin, a labyrinth of a forest. If you know the way around it, the path to the sacred Mount Alodiel lies far beyond these suffocating woods. Mount Alodiel is probably where the ending of this game is. We wish to seek him there, though, as you can see, our wagon is ill-suited for the task. He's intending to trick her, actually, into, to allowing you to ride and probably going to here with you. She frowns at this studying the lone winds through all the while. Indeed, they'll leave us. Return and dawn. That is all.
Ma forte varus.
Bear grace, Big Bertrude. He returns. He turns away, but Hedwin stops him. Hold on. Are you sure about this? Leaving the wagon in their care?
Baroshta sare.
All shall happen as foreseen. Is basically what he's saying right now. I mean, I'm paraphrasing. You keep calling Sandalwood your client. He must reward you well.
Sio tamta.
I, in the manner of speaking, help me find a sense of purpose I got lost. Hedwin nods at this, then turns to me. Well, us. Well, my friend, I guess we'll see what happens, right? I'm off to let the others know. Time for our vocations while the bowgunners go about their business. Is there anyone who needs to play catch-up? So she doesn't need to. I mean, both Titsu and Gay can use some catch-up, and I really want to push her up to Dark Vigor very quickly. And anyways, can I cancel? No. I'm committed now. Let's mentor Gay. I mean, she's a bit behind, she can use a bit of a bump. That said, I think that both Hedwin and Judario, if I mentor them, they're going to get to a higher level. But no, let's mentor Gay and try to push her to Dark Vigor fast. Me? Oh. Of course, please tell me something I don't know, for there's lots of it. You illustrate to her some of the intricacies of the rites, focus on how all three in the Triumvirate can move and act as one of mind. You sense she grasps some of the concepts. The teachings of the 8 scribes, I fear them now less faintly than before. Good. And let's click here. Continue our journey. And let's cut here in order to continue our journey in the next episode. Thanks everyone for being together with me, and hopefully I'll see you again in episode 6. Bye bye.